Okay, and so we also spoke about multiplication and repeated, which means repeated addition, which is plusing over and over and over. Okay, yesterday and Monday, today and Monday, you did some answering of the multiplication. So now I want to talk a little bit more about it to help you better understand it. So over here I have 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. There's 5 2's in there, right? And over here I have 5 plus 5. So there's 2 5's in here. Okay? So when you are doing multiplication, guys, here I showed you this sum here will become 2 times 5, right? So I'm saying that we're counting in 2's, and the 5, how many times is repeated? The 2 is repeated 5 times. So there I wrote it. And then I can also swap it around, and the 5 is first now, and the 2 is second, and I can say I'm counting in 5's, and how many times is it repeated? 2 times. So there's it's 2 times, and it's 5 plus 5. So all I'm trying to show you is that when I'm doing timetables, right, multiplication, 2 times 5 is the same as 5 times 2. It's the same thing, I'm just doing it a little bit differently. Okay, and as you can see here, I will get to the same answer. So if I say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, the answer is 10, and 5 plus 5 is 10. Same thing as here, 2 times 5 is 10, 5 times 2 is 10. You get to the same answer, but the way you do it is different. Okay, so obviously doing it this way is quicker than if you would do it this way, because counting in 5's is quicker than counting in 2's, right? So if you look at it, it's the same. And I want to show you another way of looking at multiplication in terms of groups. Okay, so like I said here, 2 times 5, you can have 2 times 5, but this 2 times 5, even if you write it like that, or the other way around, you can do it both ways. It doesn't matter, you'll still get to the same answer. If I look at 2 times 5 just like that, I can decide, okay, I want to count in 2's, and then the other number shows you how many times you must repeat it. So if I say, okay, I'm going to count in 2's, so I'm going to put my 2's down. How many times must I put my 2 down? 5 times. And let's say, no, I don't want to count in 2's. Let's say you want to count in 5's. Then I say, okay, I'm going to put my 5's down and count in 5's. And how many times must I put my 5's down? 2 times. Okay, and there you go. So you get to the same answer. So even though we looked at how many times this is repeated, the second number, it can also be the other way around. So this can actually be, you can just look at the sum and say, I'm counting in 2's, but I'm gonna do it 5 times. Okay, so you can switch it around. It just depends on you which one you'd like to count in and how many times it's repeated. Okay, so I've given you the same sum here, 2 times 5. Another way of saying 2 times 5 is also saying 2 groups of 5, and it's also saying 2 5's. All of these three things will give you the same answer. Okay, so when I say 2 groups of 5, all this means is saying there are 2 groups. There are 2 groups, right? And of 5 just means inside the group. Of just means in the group there are 5. Okay, so there's 2 groups. Of 5 just means there are 5. So what I've done here, and then 2 5's, which means I'm showing you that there's the 2, and how many 5s are there? Sorry, there's 2's, and how many 2's are there? There's 5 2's, 2 5's. Okay, so going back to 2 groups of 5's. So when we look at this, we're gonna just close this and see that there are 2 groups. Now remember, a group is when you, like if we play in a game and we all around and I say to you, okay, make groups of 3, then 3 people will stand together and another 3 people will stand together. It's about standing together, right? And you make a group. So the first thing you want to do is, when you look at a sum like this, you try and find your groups. So here is 2 groups. So I've done my 2 groups already. There's one group and there's another group. There's 2 groups. Now of 5 just means inside the groups, how many are there? There are 5 of 5. Okay, so all I'm going to do is take my dot, and inside this group, how many are there going to be? They're going to be 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And inside here as well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would actually be 5 plus 5, because we count in the dots, right? We're not counting the groups. I'm not saying 2 plus 2. We don't count the groups. We always count in this number at the end when I'm talking about 2 groups of 5. So inside here, I'm saying there are 5's and another 5. So if I wanted to put this in a sum, like in a times table, okay, then I can just see, oh, there are 2 groups, or the 5 is repeated how many times? It's repeated 2 times. So what am I counting in here? I'm counting in 5's. Remember I said to help you, that's the better number. You put it first. Counting in 5's. And how many times is it that I put it down? It's 2 times. But remember, it's the same thing. If I switch it around and I say 2 times 5, then all I'm saying is, now that I'm saying there are 5 groups. There are 5 groups. Okay, and inside those groups, there are 2. So it's 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Okay, and that's 5 times. So they give you the same answer, but the way you get to the answer is a little bit different. Okay. So here we have 3 times 4, which is 3 groups of 4, or 3 4's. Okay. The time is almost up for this video, so I'm actually going to start a new one.